Alright guys, welcome back to Chalk Balls again. This is our weekly series of Rate the Exercise, and don't forget to comment down below your exercise that you would like us to rate.
Yeah.
And this week we're going to be rating the...
Today we're going to be doing bent over rows, everyone's favorite exercise.
Well, you like bending over, so... Oh, I think this week we're going to let you start off again.
Yeah, let me kick this off, right?
Because last week you were unpopular.
Anyway.
In the comments. Not my
bent over row is a classic. Something most people's first exercise they will learn in the gym, really.
And in prison.
And in prison, exactly. Anyway,
except they ain't
this time you're not dropping the soap. This time you're dropping heavy ass weight down and rowing it up, usually with disgusting form like myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, bent over rows are class because they sort of, you get like a full body workout. You're getting, bit of hamstring, bit of glute.
Lower back pain.
Way too much back, and I mean lower back.
Lower back.
No, it's a great exercise. It's something that if you perfect, you can build a lot of muscle.
Some people call it back shots.
Exactly. Listen, if it's good enough for Ronnie Coleman and Dorian Yates, it's good enough for me.
Well, see, that's the thing. Dorian Yates had his own version of it.
He did. It's not quite the same as I would do.
Ronnie used to stand up on the bench, like where people spot, and he'd just load on 5 plates and start rowing it as if it was just,
Anyway, for the sake of this video, we're not going to do cheat rows. We're going to talk about regular bent over row.
Are you sure about that?
Great exercise for building stability, back strength, and explosiveness. I would rate this exercise pretty highly due to its versatility and muscle building quantities. I'd say that
would you rate it out of 10? That's what they want.
I have to give it an 8. I want to give it a 10 for its amazing feel. Well, I have to give it an 8 because, again, as I said, stability is a component. And if you add a bench, you can seal rows and everything. They're just slightly better from a hypertrophy standpoint, of course. Anyway, give your opinion on this.
I'm going to give it a solid. This is going to be an unpopular opinion. I'm going to give it a solid 6. Right? I'm going to give it a solid 6 because if you do the exercise properly, like any exercise, believe it or not, it is good. My problem is people think of bent over rows as forget the bent over part and let's just stand up and move the arms.
Move the bar, yeah.
And I see a lot of personal trainers not even teaching people bent over row exercises. I think the most popular I've seen is the Australian pull-up, and even at that they're using rubber bands and all whatnot. It's just not a great.
And I think dumbbells has taken over really.
And dumbbells has taken over, and the dumbbell is good now, but it is not a back builder. It is more of a hypertrophy kind of standpoint.
Well, yeah, it's not for strength anyway. You won't be doing dumbbell rows.
When you do dumbbell rows, you incorporate too much of the bicep and your whole arm.
I feel like. Anyway, let's just talk about barbell. The better one.
Barbell bent over row. The reason why I give it a 6 is because itself is a great exercise. It is a great back builder if done correctly, like many exercises. The problem is, though, is not many people do it properly, so it ruins the exercise overall. Hence, people come into the gym, see someone doing a bent over row, and think it's the right way of doing it when they might.
I understand what you're saying. I think a lot of its negativity comes from the technique aspect.
It's not a difficult exercise to get the technique right. The problem is people focus too much on weight.
Yes, 100%.
And it gets to a point where rowing 3 plates is as easy as getting a 99 and walking down the beach all of a sudden. But in actual fact, when you walk down the beach, you still have feeling in your legs afterwards.
Yeah, and I think mainly with myself with the cheat rows that I'm pretty notorious for.
And your cheat meals.
Yeah, exactly. Cheat meals and cheat rows. I think when it comes down to it, my technique, I can get 3 plates for pretty controlled technique. That's why I like to go for the 4 plates. And that ego comes into it a lot. And I think it being such a good exercise for strongman, with picking stuff up all the time and like rowing sandbags and everything. I think you're better off to pick a sandbag row instead though, because you'll just be less likely to ego lift.
Yeah. No, I can see that, and that's the thing. That's one of the great things about doing a sandbag row is like it really is. You have to bend over
Yeah.
and physically. It's pure and utter a row movement.
Yeah.
You can't cheat it, you know.
Yeah, but it is much more hamstring dominant, of course.
It is a lot hamstring
because you have to get much lower. But still, anyway.
So
Overall ratings.
Overall, if you're taking the exercise as a base value and you do it correctly, easily a 10 out of 10 back there.
Yep.
But if you take it at the standpoint within context in the commercial gym, it does more damage than good.
Yeah.
Mainly because of people focusing too much on weight. Like
Yeah. So you're sticking with a 6 anyway, and I'm gonna stick with an 8. Anyway,
right.
that's it for the video.
And we shall see you in the next one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all for watching.